Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It is your friend Ferret doing a speed bump today due to some small back problems, but I should be fine. I use if you've been watching this long, you know what pronouns I use. You know what pronouns my players use. And to get better more quickly into the game, I am going to bypass introductions today and we are going to just get in the thick of things because last time we had a vaccine made for the people to do more work with the hollowed plague. We have script changed a bit. The curse of the hollowed plague is no longer from Hera, and we talked about how Penny is a bit more of a worrisome grandmother, but that is okay, and we are going to do safety tools just to be certain. We are using lines and veils to make sure our game is safe and fun for everyone. Our lines are things that will not be seen in the game, and ours are sexual assault and coercion, child abuse, endangerment, violence towards pets, needless death, or in comic terms, fridging characters, and cannibalism by PCs. Our veils are consensual sex. And this is a living document. If anyone wants to add anything to it whenever, feel free. I have found that I also in comics do not like the Dr. Light effect, if anyone knows what that means, but basically I don't like mind powers to I don't like the Purple Man powers. I don't like people to be able to be controlled to do something they wouldn't want to do. I know that power exists in comics. It will not exist in our comic world because it's a bit too much on the rape scale for me. And with that, I think last time we left with Alan going to try and sneak Holo into Aeon. And Victor was going off to deal with ice skating, and Artemis had a wonderful time with her family, where the youngest member of the legacy was chosen by Persephone, we think. And I think we're going to start with the cover today. Artemis and the Nobodies, and Nobody's here. And I think it's just all like the comic outline of all your characters, like those little dotted lines, and then a shadow cast. What is and we will see Artemis, since you are the first of Artemis and the Nobodies, what is your shadow doing in this pose?
I think the shadow's drawing a bow.
Okay.
Seems pretty much on point.
Seems good. Holo, what is your shadow doing?
I think that
Holo.
We haven't played for a week. I've got all the names mixed up in my
It's fine, Noel.
We picked such similar names. I think Holo's is just kind of like looking up at something kind of like huge, like over him. And I think it's kind of like got like lines through it. Like it's like slightly rezzing out.
Ooh. And of course, Null and Void, you are a package deal so far. What are your shadows doing?
I was going to suggest that maybe we're standing on opposite sides of the picture.
Ooh. That's good.
Both of us maybe like looking in a different direction away as we're sort of in our Spidey type poses.
Oh yeah, the bookends pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think if that's okay with you, David?
Yeah, I think just calling to fact, we'll have maybe Void's silhouette has a leg raised with like an ice skate on it in silhouette in what could either be kind of a well, pirouette isn't the term, I don't think, in ice skating, but whatever they call it when they do the spin, or could be a combat pose. Who's to say?
Understood. And so I think the page opens. We the 4-letter names. Yes. The page opens. We pull out our holographic Holo trading card that came with this issue. And Null, are you? How is Null meeting Holo, or how is Alan maybe meeting Holo?
Alan is meeting Holo at a fire, like a fire exit, like a place where people go for their smokes, kind of thing. And he's looking very, very Peter Parker, probably wearing a hoodie like similar to this, with the hood pulled up. And just looking around, looking shiftily around, and like waiting for Holo, and like basically, Null's said, my friend will meet you at this place, and he'll get you in. He's a good guy, like Alan.
Yeah, so I think Holo like reses in, and he's at the top of the fire exit, and he like looks around, and he's like, "Oh no, wait, okay," and he just like pops back out and pops back in like on floor level. He's like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
Yeah, and what is Holo looking like at the moment? Like his normal self?
No, I think he's got like a kind of like a generic-y kind of lab coat look going on. He's not super familiar with Aeon, so I feel like there's probably like a couple of American Empire touches that maybe Alan would have to tell him to fix.
And I like that idea that you are setting up. You have the idea pretty well established by seeing Alan's outfit, I think, and maybe you're just making some adjustments by looking him up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you do, Alan?
Holo. Yeah. Hi, Holo.
Yo.
So Null said that you need to take a look at the big robot cat thing. Yeah.
Yeah, if we could. And maybe if we could get into the records too.
The records. Okay. Sure.
What they know about it.
Sure. So how good can all this change? Like, are you wed to those little shoulder pauldrons and that weird flag thing that you got going on there? Like,
yeah. No, I think he like looks at them, looks at you, realizes you don't have them, looks back at it, and just kind of like sweet and like brushes like through like the shoulder, and they just like disappear. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got the stars wrong. Hold on."
The one massive star of the American Empire, because there's no 50 states, it's all just one kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I always forget that. It's really hard to count to 50, like doing like the art. It's a pain in the butt. I don't know why you guys do it.
Yeah, well, me either. Okay. You can do this, Alan. You can do this. Okay. We're going to try and bluff our way through the building. Like,
I'm going to suggest, does anyone want to assess the situation?
Yes. I think I would like to assess the situation. That is... Superior. Oh, sweet. I picked up one in Superior last game. Oh, I don't have the dice roller. Does anyone have the dice roller?
Yes. Let me put that into chat, because we are the Overly Still Stingray.
Nice. I love the...
there we go.
I love the dice roller names. Like, they're probably my favorite part of...
Yeah.
I get a 7.
Ooh, ask one.
I think that the best question to ask here is probably, how could we best end this quickly? How do we quickly get into where we need to be without being seen?
Basically, you should keep your head down, do small talk, and I think this is the best way is to not get trapped with people who know you acquaintance-wise. Like, small talk is your enemy here. because eventually they will ask, "Who is this with you? Where are you going? Are you even on schedule today?"
Yeah.
Pick up a clipboard and walk really fast.
You focus very hard and pick up a clipboard. Like, yeah. I just remembered my obligations last session presented me with an opportunity.
Yes, from Aeon, and I think the first thing that happens, Holo, when you walk inside Aeon, you're a solid light projection now. They have anti-holographic, well, tech, magic. You're not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you can lift and touch things now and be touched. And but I think the opportunity is that Professor Henry put you on schedule today. And I think like when you walk in, like there is this like stack of files, like way too big for Alan to carry by himself in one trip, but perfect for two people of your size and stature in one trip.
Yeah.
And like by carrying these down, you will be able to get to the lower depths of Aeon without any trouble. But once you're down there, you're on your own.
Yeah, I pick up the boxes to Holo, and I'm like, listen, like, how many of these can you carry right now? Like
I don't know. Let's find out.
yeah. And I say, I'm trying. If I stack these up all the way to your face, no one will ask any questions. Okay, like I just look busy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I get like a good hold of them where it's like just big enough for me to kind of like peer over and see like what is in these, and then just keep going and kind of like obscure my face a bit.
And Holo, I think like this is foreign to, like you are very smart, you are very capable, but your technology took such a drastic design shift.
Yeah,
it would be like it's
a different coding language.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just like you can pick up certain things, but the jargon throws you off. You look through these.
Yeah, I can get a general sense of like the subjects, but not the relationship between terms.
Yeah, and I think you get downstairs. Like this feels like the more like I want to say shady side of Aeon, but you know the clean, sterile walls, the white backgrounds, just like everything looks too clean and cultured.
Yeah.
And it's that and I think since it's underground as well, it has that earth tone resonance of this feels wrong, along with the fact that this is Aeon. This does feel wrong. And you get to Professor Henry's office, and I think you see this is when Holo notices that Professor Henry is working on American Empire tech, like a small thing, like what would amount to a watch or something of that size. But she's doing so with aplomb, like she's doing it properly, and I think that this piece of technology is a locator, Holo. But Professor Henry just, I think you guys set the boxes down. She's soldering, putting things on, and she looks up. Oh, is this a friend of?
Yeah, friend of a friend. Friend of a friend. Friend of my friend.
Of course. You do know the most interesting people, Alan.
Well, you're one of them, Prof. Like.
Thank you. I'm smart, not always interesting, or at least. And I think she makes like this sort of joke about her love life, and that banter.
Yeah.
And she accidentally drops a key card and turns around to very intently focus on a piece of work that Holo knows is not necessary, and can tell that she knows is not necessary, as I think Alan goes for the card.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and so you guys are looking for Phobos and information on just refresh me a bit more so I can point you.
Just how much they know about just like whatever like reverse engineering paperwork that they have on him, just like the research that they've done on Phobos more than
yeah. So I think like you guys are going into the more secretive areas, and Oh, I wish there was an active fire move sometimes, but
I have mild-mannered now.
oh,
I tried to use my
please,
civilian identity.
please use that. That is perfect.
Yeah, which I wasn't going to pick up until we said that we were going to do this, and I was like, that's perfect for this. Like, that is a 9.
Ooh,
Would this be a situation where we could spend a team?
you have one team left, and it certainly is.
So Holo is going to assist me in somehow in whatever we do.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like an easy thing I can probably do is just like experimentally, like I'm not sure how many of my powers I still have, but I might be able to throw up just like little trivial projections just that happen to be right in front of the cameras.
No, the thing is that you can make projections, but they become solid.
All right.
It's just very like you have your powers. You might could get hurt down here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know what Holo does. She does, if this is okay, an ID pad, like a lanyard and a pass and everything, like with your face on it, rather than so you now blend in properly with the people.
Yeah.
So yes, I get a 10 then. So people buy my facade of I'm meant to be here. She's meant to be here. We're meant to be here. And this is exactly what Alan says when someone like looks at him for a second. He's like, I'm meant to be here. She's meant to be here. We're meant to be here. Bye.
Yeah, I think you get to like those old-ish styled doctor's rooms like they would do lobotomies or surgeries and like they have the viewing chambers. I think this is like one of those deep sort of pits. It is very mechanical, very future tech looking, and Phobos is in like this very big pit down there, circling around. Looks like it is being rebuilt, which is probably not that good for you all. But I think like Alan, you're given like these papers that are way above your clearance level because it's for Professor Henry. And inside, I think like we go through this montage of you guys flipping through the papers until you get to that, of course, that important exposition Latin page. I think it says, let me check the Mass Wiki real quick. And because we've saved the person from Optimax. Yeah. I think this it just says Solomon Industries presents Battle Cats, and like that's Battle Cat Alpha Mark 1. And you can see like this very very primitive version of for you, Holo, Deimos. And as the years have gone by, it seems like they've been improving this, but you also notice this has been being built since the 80s, when the American Empire first came. And the biggest thing is that Deimos isn't from the American Empire. You find the page of Solomon Industries like extra dimensional research, and it says Test 1 failed. Test 2 failed. Test 3 unknown. Signal strength weakening. We think it made landfall. Project Deimos.
Oh, so Phobos is from the American Empire, but Deimos is actually our universe cat that's gone to the American Empire. Is that correct? Okay.
No, they're both from here.
They're both from this universe.
Your weapon.
Oh, they're both
against the American Empire.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think like Holo says that. Like he says, "Oh, this is your weapon."
It's not my weapon. What? Oh. Oh man. Solomon.
Yeah, no, he starts like pointing out dates. He's like, "No, you guys started working on this in like 1982. We didn't see them on the battlefield until 1985. There's no way you got these from us."
Jeez. I mean, if Solomon Industries is involved, then I don't know, man. Like, These public-private partnerships don't really go well for Aeon.
I think you notice like Aeon stole Phobos in a way. Phobos went rogue. Phobos escaped Solom Industries, and I think that's when you see Test 4 subject Phobos, and it's like a testing date, and it's just like subject is escaped, and then like just a lot of redacted under that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Does this help? Does this? I mean, I guess like if they could get there, then maybe we could. I mean, maybe Null could get there too and help you out. You look like you got a lot to process, Holo.
I think.
Do you want to see if you want to see? Hey, you're solid now. Do you want to go to the canteen? We can see if there's if the food works as well. Like,
I think Holo like tries to switch off.
You can switch off. You can exit out of this location. It will take your form away, but like you could. I'll say it's a free portal to exit out of this scene.
Yeah. It's just retreating to like his sanctuary. He's just like there reading this with you, and then just like as you're like going over it and being like, well, maybe this is a good side and there's a silver lining. He just goes,
yeah. And all of the papers that you were holding and everything just like crashes like to the floor and in a big thing, and I'm like, my bad. Picking him up in the corridor.
Yeah, and I think the last, like we see Holo like drifting away from his control panel, looking really however Holo looks when you discover this kind of world-shaking and I think we hear from like this solo room the groan of Jean coming to, but then we cut. Victor, I believe, was heading to skate practice.
That's right. Yes. I think it's my practice at the local ice rink with my coach. I think this probably is. I'm going to say figure skating practice rather than hockey.
Mm-hmm. And your coach is Marina Rebane.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm imagining her as this very like traditionally ice skating teacher, like, you know, very shapely, very tall, very graceful when she moves. Like the way she moves is like poetry, and I think there are even like some musical like symbols like behind her as she moves in the comic page to show how graceful she is. And she gets in front of you. She has the clipboard, and it's just like, you were almost kicked off the team, Victor. I've been covering for you, but I can't keep this up.
I'm sorry, Coach. Things have been a little hectic recently, but I'll try and do better.
No, I understand that life can be harsh, especially when you're figuring things out. And I think she looks around, and like there's like these two kids like practicing their double skating, but you know, like one of them falls on his butt, and the girl like falls because she's afraid she's going to kick him in the face with her skates. It's like, you've got raw talent for this, and you've got the skill to put in the training. You can probably go to the Olympics if you really try, but is that what you want, Victor?
Yeah, I do. I want to be able to show people what I can do.
Okay. And I think she like reaches I imagine like this is an ice skating rink where there's like lots of bleachers, and of course it's 30 degrees cooler inside than outside at all times, at the very least. And she picks up so you got a 7 to 9 last time, correct? Yeah, I think you're still going to get something good as she picks out a pair of monogrammed skates for Victor. And what does Victor do?
Oh, those are amazing. You shouldn't have.
Well, I probably shouldn't have, but I mean, if you're going to the Olympics and maybe getting a gold, I should at least be a footnote in the story you're going to tell, shouldn't I be? I mean, I could even be the one giving a toast at your wedding one of these days. I knew him back when he was a snot-nosed teenager, always getting into trouble. And she sort of jokingly goes on.
I think he'll be more than a footnote, Coach. And yeah, he's going to kind of get his shoes off and start trying the skates on.
Yeah, I think for the most part, skating goes well. I mean, there's no roll to skate move, so we're not going to see how well your training goes. And but I think like at the end, it's later at night. It probably is like getting to be evening, like the end of training, and you've had to make up time, do some overtime, and I think Marina is again like is seeing some of the kids off, and is does Abuela come to pick you up from skate practice?
Not by habit, I don't think, but I don't think it would be out of the question sort of thing. It wouldn't be like like entirely out of character. I think she does sometimes, but doesn't like isn't always there sort of thing.
So I don't think she's here this time. I think it's like at the end, like everything's going off, and Marina just sees you there. Like I think the lights are shutting off in the rink. You guys are being sent out for the night, and that like only the emergency lights are on to allow the person on that ice machine to ease off the ice. And she takes you outside, and I think looks around sort of nervously and pulls out a vape cartridge, and after the first breath you can tell it's not nicotine. And she's like, I've been really worried about you, Victor, and I want you to know, as much as I joke, you can come to talk with me. As long as it's not life-threatening, I'm not going to go blabbing my mouth to other people.
Yeah, don't worry, Coach. It's nothing like that. If I was,
is it your parents?
No. I've just been busy with, school and extracurriculars and all that sort of thing.
But you dropped the speed skating team.
Yeah.
And I think she takes another big toke, the smoke just billowing around her. It's like, Victor, what's going on? Is this... I mean, I know your parents haven't had the best relationship with you. Your grandma's trying her best. Is your brother getting into trouble? He seems like he might be...
Oh, no. Alan's... He'd never do anything wrong.
I think she chuckles. Do you mean on purpose, or? I mean, I will say, if you sacrifice your brother's reputation, you may be able to clear a condition.
No, I think he's going to say no. Alan's doing great. He's got his this internship at Aeon, and I'm sure he'll find a position with them, and
yeah, and I think she's like, okay, well, I've been prying long enough. I'm not a crowbar. I'll leave you shut.
If I no, I mean, thanks for checking up on me. And if it was if I had anything going on that I thought that I needed help with, I'd come to you. But I said it's fine. I said just kind of busy.
I think that's when you get a tweet on your Cat's Call app. And maybe this is Alan, like, hey, things went well until they didn't.
Oh no, I think the message from Alan is about like when Void left him standing in the middle of the, near the base, the drama then, so that he could get to escape practice. And I think it's just an angry, like, where did you go? Like, I need to clean this up. Like, what the hell, man? Like, just to, underline how nice Victor is and how.
Yeah, and I think with that, Sunny, is there a scene you want to hard frame as the page turns and we get to see what Sunny has been doing?
I really have no idea, actually.
I think I want to leave you with a bit of hope, as you're probably it's the next day. The Cat's Call app has come. It's time to go back to the base and meet up for some discussions. Like, you've created a Holo Plague vaccine. You've all done a lot of good things. It's going to be time to celebrate.
I have done nothing of that sort. I wasn't part of that, really.
Poor Sunny. But I think as you're leaving,
yeah, I'm pretty much out of the team business right now, because I feel like Sunny hasn't been there for a lot of the things that happened. And I think she feels it too. They feel it too. So.
Ooh. Yeah. I think a good thing that's happening in their life, or at least happening for the legacy, is Marina is actually happy this morning. She's eating. She's not sulking about the goddess thing. But I think some of the other members of the family are looking a bit vexed. And Marina looks at you, and they call you Sunny, right? Or she does?
She probably knows that I prefer Sunny.
Yeah, and she's like, Sunny, it's great. I was only kind of chosen. Like, it's a vacation opportunity, an internship. Cerberus is feeling sick.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and knock your heart out or whatever.
Yeah. My mom's making me a lot of packed meals, so I don't have to eat anything while I'm down there that wasn't brought from at home.
Good idea, I guess. I've never been there. Didn't even know that we could go there, actually.
I don't think we normally can. I think it's I think it's because Persephone is taking me there that I get to go there.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, and then there's that Cat's Call cry to assemble the team.
Cool.
Will Sunny answer it?
Sure, sure, why wouldn't they?
Yeah. So I want to see Sunny is leaving their house dressed appropriately, not in the Artemis outfit, thankfully.
No,
yeah.
They don't. They manifest that only when they have to.
Exactly. And Holo, are you going to show up? Because you also get the Cat's Call app call.
No, I think you might be out of this one.
Okay.
For a little bit.
So I assume Null and Void will be at the Drama Dome. Yeah, so I think we come to with all those beautiful, it's like a splash page, all those beautiful Quetzals and songbirds above that netting in the main theater, the Aztec decorations going on, and I think you just see Quetzalcoatl looking at a watch that he doesn't I think he seems fancy enough to have a huge watch, and he's looking at it and tapping his foot. It's like, Holo's usually the first one here.
Yeah. I think maybe she's gonna.
He.
Sorry, yeah. She turned into a she for the Artemis's thing, didn't you? Yeah. Okay. I think maybe he's like busy back home or something. We found something out about those cats, and it's kind of weird.
The big mechanical things.
Yeah. So my friend works over at Aeon, and he got a look at like some of the notes, and it says that they're from Solomon Industries. Like we built them, and
Wait, we built them? We're Solomon Industries now?
I mean, we as in this Earth, this America,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, why shouldn't we? Who should have built them?
Well, I mean,
Who's
I thought it was
supposed
the
to
Empire.
build them?
I thought it was the Empire.
Okay, I've never heard of that. I mean, I know that Holo is from the American Empire, but I didn't think the cats were from there.
Yeah, well, I mean that. I just thought since he recognized them, like he doesn't recognize,
Right,
Michael Jackson.
True.
So I thought.
Well, it's not too bad, I guess.
But yeah. Anyway, it seemed to really like mess him up, and
Okay,
I don't know. How have you been, anyways?
I'm good. All
Yeah?
good. Yeah. And you?
I mean, someone left me cleaning up the mess last time when he looks over at Void. But, some of us have responsibilities that we have to take care of.
Ooh, that sounds like you might be sharing a vulnerability.
I mean, I'm mostly,
Let me check. Or, I mean, you're being snarky,
No.
so that's...
It doesn't feel like he's been vulnerable. It feels like he's
it's more
throwing
of a
shit
poke.
for his
Yeah.
brother.
Yes,
Yeah.
entirely, yes.
Yeah, I think, you're correct.
There's no throw shit move, unfortunately.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Al. No, so
Oh, well, this guy came to get those gauntlets that Tina had, and he smashed things up, and it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Is it,
oh,
Void?
cool.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
So whereas the gauntlets are safe, right?
I mean, they're on Rabble Rouser's hands, so
So they're not safe.
no, probably
Cool.
not.
It's nice that you didn't tell me. Thanks, no.
I mean, it wasn't my choice. And I look at the empty seat where Holo's supposed to be, and I'm
I
like,
mean, like arguably they're safer on his hands because his powers kind of go a bit, off the rails when he doesn't have them on.
look,
Okay.
Sonny, so what can I say? Without you, I can't tell these guys what to do. Like.
Yeah, I wasn't there. You didn't tell me anything, so fine.
Can I pierce the mask of Sonny, please?
I
Like-
believe you can. Well, I believe you can try.
Yes, let's see if the dice. That is, what move is that again? That is
Mundane.
Mundane. Oh, so I should be able to.
You say that, but every time I comforted and supported someone, it was a Janice one time. It was a 3, and it seems that you have also. Yep. So, let me check. Sonny, do you want to take away Null's influence over you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I do.
So I think you start trying to feel what Sonny is feeling, and I think it's just like I think Null knows family drama and other things as well. So it's just sort of like this is sort of oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not able to combine her in bad mouthing my brother. So yeah, it goes horribly wrong. Cool. I get to mark potential for misses, right?
Yes, you do.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think Holo is like Quetzalcoatl presses his watch again. Holo gets another text.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, yeah, it was. We weren't like we just happened to be here when it all kicked off. It was kind of a surprise thing.
And when did that happen?
Last night.
Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, and we are at the time we should be taking a break. Let us take a break until 10 after and see if Holo will come back.
All right, sounds good. Probably depends on his conversation with Jean.
Ah, yes. I thought you had 5 with the influence after it.
No, I always forget what the actual mechanics are of influence beyond, shifting labels and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I should have shifted Victor's labels. I keep forgetting to do that every now and again.
So Sabine, what would we know about your cousin? Would that be something that you would have shared with us, or?
No, I
No.
think Holo knows because he or she in that case was there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I think I might have shared with Vic, with Vic, but I don't think I. On the other hand, null and void. I mean, we have a professional relationship, right? I mean, we hang together, but I don't talk much about my family besides that they get on my nerves. But I don't really tell everything about that because that's weird. Because you never tell me personal details.
Yeah,
For obvious reasons,
yeah,
right?
I think you got. Yeah, I think Sunday sent out like a group chat of like, "Hey, I'm being delayed due to a family thing," and Holo was the only one who was like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, right. And also, I think Holo just reached out and just said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, my cousin has been chosen."
Yeah.
And Holo is a precious bean.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
So, Holo, have you been dealing with Jean while you've been away?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, again, since this is just the first quarter, I am going to be nice and say that the American Empire did not. Like, she's up. She is back to her faculties, whatever that eye and mechanical additions they had put on her were what seemed to have been what were controlling her. And since you destroyed it, like, she has that mechanical eye socket where like they can replant it if they wanted to, but she seems free. But I assume Hollow's not like taking her word for it. She is behind like a door and they're talking kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen when she woke up, so she's just kind of chilling there for now. But like, I went down to the vaults, and I picked up like a can of corn. I think there's like a panel or two where he like sneaks down one of the hallways, and you see him like open like this safety hatch, and you kind of see like outside of his kind of like vault area, and it's just surprisingly scenic. It's just like out on like the face of like a mountain in the Sierra Nevada, and there's just like fields of like wildflowers and like wild sunflowers and shit like that. And he just like very cautiously just kind of sneaks out and just like grabs like a fistful of greens, and he just like makes like a bowl of canned corn and like wild like weed vegetables. And he heads back and he just is kind of like sharing it in kind of awkward silence with Jean for a bit.
Yeah, I like to imagine like, you guys each have your own bowl and like are sitting back to back with this door separating you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's eating quite happily. It's like, this is really good. I mean, the Empire gave me gruel, but it was a nutritional supplement to keep me up. Had no flavor and all the macronutrients I needed in a day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I picked a good spot to dessert. We were out on camp, like a scout trip, and I just kind of walked out in the mountains, found a good spot.
Yeah, I'd never seen them before. It was terrifying when they showed up. I figured I was dead. Until now, I kind of wished I had been. I mean, they get into your head and they lie, and you know it's a lie, but you want to believe it. It gives you hope. And that persistent, niggling hope is what kept me going for so long. At least it showed up to be worth it this time.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
You did what you did, but it's
no
well,
for leaving you alone. I know you don't have many people, and
I know you had the eye still, but when I put the helmet on, what did you see?
I saw so many different worlds, so many different opportunities. I felt a scanning program being activated, and I don't know. I just like possibility.
It's beautiful out there,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's different. You can't. It's not. You can't feel the wind in your hair.
Do you think if the Empire took over that, and I think they like look out this like jail cell window kind of thing, or like maybe like add an old calendar in their room.
Yeah.
It's like, do you think the Empire would do to their world what it's done to its own?
No, or maybe they do the same to us. Who knows?
I think this is when we hear like you guys have probably been talking for hours, and there's like that little chirp 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 of a Quetzalcoatl. And I think you see it's like Quetzalcoatl, like we're all gathering. Holo, I hope you don't have anyone over. Holo, I hope you don't have anyone over. Holo, answer me.
I gotta go. Listen, try not to break anything. And he opens the door.
And I think she looks around and it's like, I'll be careful, more careful this time.
Yeah, he's like, I'll try to be back soon. And he just kind of grabs the helmet and goes off like back to his room, basically.
Yeah, and I think the panel cuts to our main characters finally coming back together, and Quetzalcoatl just like throws up his hands in exasperation and relief, that kind of multi-purpose sigh. It's like, oh, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I wish you were physical so I could shake you. You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah. What are we doing?
And I think why have you? I think Quetzalcoatl's like, as of yesterday, Bellevue, at least this area of it, has been kind of rent apart by some fighting. We may have been involved, and he'll like look over at everyone. Not all of us, but it may be time to rebuild quickly. Not everyone's going to have super insurance, and we want to keep a good name on our shoulders. So I think with 2 speedsters, a telekinetic, and someone who has a great
excuse me, why am I not a speedster? How am I not a speedster?
Well, you're more than just a speedster. You're like you are akin to a demigod. To call you just one thing would be, I thought, insulting.
Whatever.
And I think he looks around. It's like, and I think Quetzalcoatl actually gets close to Sunny, and doesn't lay his hands on them or anything like that. It's like, are you okay? Do you want to have a conversation away from all of this?
No, I want you to go on.
Oh, well, I figured we could do some damage control, rebuild a few places, put things together, show off our prowess, get like some hero cred. Not all heroes just fight villains, after all.
So, build things? Like fix windows?
Put in a window, clean up the rubble, make it so the contractors can get in here, eat more easily.
Okay. Sure.
And I think today is Sunday too, it's the day that Sunny had the date with Tina.
Oh, right. So Sunny is like, yeah, whatever. I have a date today.
Oh, I'm
Yeah. How long
sure
is this gonna take?
however long you guys are gonna put.
Hey, I want to hear what Holo has to say. Sorry, cats, but really, what did you say? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I just said, how long is this gonna take?
Don't know. Let's see. It's a date. A while?
I think Quetzalcoatl is like, they're right. It's going to take a while.
All right. Well, let's start. And like Holo just kind of like pops off.
Yeah, I think we get this montage of you guys putting things like Holo moving a pile of rubble. Unless anyone wants to say anything before this scene moves on to the montage of super cleaning. Because I don't think I've ever seen a comic where the heroes actually clean up after their own messes.
Yeah.
Damage control.
Yeah. I think it turns into a street. It starts off kind of negative. You crushed my car, you let my windows be broken, kind of things. Ends up more like a street potluck almost. I don't know if there are many of those in Europe, but it's kind of common in at least common in the South where I grew up, where just have a party on the neighborhood streets. I think you guys get some good PR in, but I don't want to focus on us dealing with the streets. I want to know what's going to happen on that date tonight and other things.
Yeah, Holo's got like half of a plan.
Oh God, it's always worse when Sydney only has half the plan formed. Yeah, I forget. Was Holo going on that date with Sunny to be Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I think the time is evening is drawing. You have several hours before you're supposed to meet Tina, Sunny.
Cool. So I'll sulk, I think. I'm a teenager. I feel left out pretty harshly. So, and now called in just to clean up. That's wow. No.
So when we try and like tease you about the date, or be like, oh, so you're gonna go see Tina again, another night in quarantine or something, and then do you shut that down pretty quickly? Like whatever, guys. Like.
No, I mean, if you tease me, then I'll just respond like, yeah, well, she seemed nice, so yeah, I'm gonna see her again.
Yeah. Well, wait until you meet her dad.
Huh?
Wait until you meet her dad. You know, like.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, we've already met. We've already met her brother and sister.
Yeah, I know. But they're not the same person, right?
True. Anyways, enjoy. Like, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Ooh, sounds like that might be a comfort and support almost.
I would like it to be a comfort and support if that's...
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead.
Dice roller. Might just close the dice roller 1 second.
I've done that before.
Oh, great. I get 7.
Okay, so if Sunny opens up, they get to, I think, clear a condition, mark potential, or
shift labels.
Shift labels, yes.
So
I think Sunny's opening up a bit, because I mean they're feeling left out. They just want somebody to talk to them, really.
Yeah.
We all met Tina, and we're all happy to, like.
Yeah.
We're all shipping this fic as well, you know.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so I guess I'll mark potential because I don't see any necessity to shift my labels, and I don't have a condition.
Yeah, I think Victor, you actually get a text. Well, Void gets a text while doing this stuff, and I want. Would Void answer a text while technically on the job, or maybe take a 15-minute break to go check this out?
Yeah, I think he'll probably kind of check what it is in case it's something that like needs relatively immediate attention. But yeah.
Yes, and this is definitely a text from Tony Kai. And I think he like he sends this lots of emoji things, hey, sup, you free?
I will be soon. I've just got some chores to do. But
you send back your text, and sends back. It's like, cool. Would you want to meet at? And I'll. Oh yeah, been there, done that. The coffee shop dim sum restaurant.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Like, yeah, I have several friends coming as well. I thought it'd be nice to invite a friend they haven't met yet.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And yay! And like, it's a date, not date, with the hyphens in it.
I'll be there. Speak to you soon.
Yeah. So yeah, and Holo, how are you? Like, I think you have even with the other people having the speed, the good power, like the good strength, your telekinesis makes this easy as anything for you. Like, you're literally like playing The Sims. Click, right click, delete.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, you're seeing your teammates kind of drift around. Are you going to try and get closer to them? Do you feel like do you feel separate from them in ways that you can't really comprehend? Are you going to try and see if Null has friends with Solomon Industries?
No, I think Holo's just like mad. Like Sonny has kind of gotten in like a very loud mad. Holo's gotten into a very quiet mad of like, whatever, this is dumb. I'm just gonna get through it. I'm just do whatever people say, and I'm just gonna leave, and I'm gonna do my own thing, and then it's gonna be fine.
Oh, let me check your Doom triggers real quick. I know one is talking openly about it. But
yeah. I think the other one's overexerting himself.
Yeah, I don't think that counts at the moment. You're not overexerting yourself. Yeah, I think I think this like the cleanup ends. We get that panel of celebration of like the neighborhood throwing their arms up and cheering for the people who defended them. And I think like we see like the team together for a brief moment before everyone starts splitting off. And going back to the cover, I think like each shadow is going in a different cardinal direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to go up to Vic before we split up.
Please do.
And say, hey, we're still these cats. I mean, have you discovered anything about the plague, the Holo plague? Where did that come from?
I don't know if we know where it's come from still. I think this. It seems like this vaccine is going to help out, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know about like where it came from or anything.
Okay. So if you hear anything, if there is new information, please tell me, because otherwise I'm no use on this team if I don't know stuff,
Yeah, sure thing.
Ooh, and this is
it's not a move.
Oh no, I know, but this is a good time for Victor to be like, something, like try to be just like friendly.
Yeah. I'll just say it's fine if I hear anything. I'll let you know. And enjoy your date this evening. And if you need anything, just let me know.
Yeah.
Send me
I
a
think,
message.
yeah, I don't think I'll need anything. Okay, I'm going on a date now. Wow, I didn't believe I would hear myself say that. I'm excited. Okay, have a nice evening. Bye.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, and I want to see this date with Tina because we have been building up to this, and Tina has not been on screen a good amount of time, but you guys are meeting up at the gloomy variant, I believe. And I think Tina is dressed for the name of the gloomy variant. She is rocking goth chic, and for Sabine's, not the Desdemona picture I have in Beam Saber. Imagine that kind of fashion. And
Cool.
yeah, and I think she's standing outside the gloomy variant. Like she's at the front of the line, like past the like the one bouncer out there. And I don't think there's like a big line. Oh, Sunny was there with the. Oh no, not they. She was. They were there for the opening Ginyu Force act of when they came in. But no, not the threat. And I think she's looking. Tina is looking very beautiful this night, and when she sees Sunny, she waves her hand and looks all kinds of excited.
Yeah, Sunny is wearing customary black turtleneck and black pants, stuff they can easily change out of if it's necessary. They probably don't wear makeup because they've never, weirdly enough, in a household full of women, they've never been taught how to do that because her mother doesn't need it. Her grandmother, they don't need it. They are godlike. They have godlike beauty. What do they need makeup for?
Makeup's for Eris.
Yeah, maybe. So they don't wear it.
Yeah, and I think Tina just has this radiant smile. I think you see a bit of like the godliness of it, and it's like you actually came.
Yeah, sure. I mean, why wouldn't I?
I was afraid one of your parents were going to talk you out of it. I mean, and she looks kind of nervous. Not many people give Loki's brood a chance.
Hey, do you think I told my mother about this? Are you cuckoo or something? No, they don't know about anything.
Oh, you're not as good as I thought you were. Well, in the stuck-up way, this seems like the fun kind of good.
Well, I mean, sorry.
No, it's okay. Let's and I think the bouncer opens the door for you both, and you like. I don't think Sunny gets any because Sunny comes here all the time.
Yeah, right. They know people here, and it's mostly like, hey, it's me. Hi, how are you doing, Jeff?
Yeah. And I think inside Molly is bartending tonight. We finally get to see her, and she's I like to imagine she's a lot like Sunny, and there may be like a dusting of makeup, but like especially for this more gothic-y style of place, it's not much. And she's mixing some kind of drink, and it's almost like a more subdued version of Cheers when Sunny comes in. It's like a oh hey instead of a Norm.
Yeah, it's my. I mean, I think it's more anyway. It's not like a very out there. It's called the gloomy variant for a reason. People are gloomy, supposed to be gloomy.
I went to a lot of goth clubs, and it just from my recollection, like people tended to get to know each other, but it was never like that super boisterous extroverted thing.
Yeah.
It was very
They're not very extra. That's true.
Yeah, but you get to the bar and Tina looks around. It's like, I never knew this place was here. This is swank.
Yeah, it's a pretty good place for, I mean, kind of people who want to be who they are. not who other people think they are.
Are you okay? You seem kind of
pissed off, actually.
Oh.
Not at you, but at everything. I mean, I went home last night, and then my team had this big fight, and I wasn't there. And afterwards, they didn't even tell me about it. Even Holo, he came by and he partied or something, but he didn't say a word about this big fight.
Wait, they didn't tell the nobodies, didn't tell Artemis about a fight?
Yeah, whatever.
No, that's not whatever. That's fucking stupid. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, they're my team. They're supposed to, I don't know, at least tell me stuff. I guess. I mean, these are all guys. So I guess it's a guy thing here. Because I'm not a guy, whatever.
Even then, I mean, it's just basic respect. I mean, I'm really. Is there anything I can do?
No, I just had to vent. And then my grandmother is so weird, and my mother is weird all the time. And now my little cousin has been chosen, but she's only going for an internship because Kerberos has some, I don't know what, ear infection or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think she's like taking it in. She's listening. She's being supportive.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Sunny kind of talks a bit more than they maybe wanted to about their family and their grandmother being so weird, and her mother who's always over the top, and little cousin who gets off of this whole chosen by a goddess job.
Yeah, I think Tina, even like after you've vented your spleen, Tina will I think you guys have gotten. Does Sunny drink alcohol here? Is that why they come, or is it just like they have like a special drinks for people who don't do alcohol?
I mean, they probably have special drinks for people who don't drink alcohol, but Sunny, I mean, they're not 21 yet, so sure, if they get it, they will.
Yeah, I think Tina sets out these 2 business cards, and it's a bartender that's not Molly, because I don't want her license to get revoked. Checks them out. Like there's like this minor glamour on it that shows them as your IDs, and this bartender pours you some drinks and congratulates Sunny on their 21st. So the drinks are on the house.
Oh wow. I mean, I'm not totally comfortable with that, but since Tina's doing the ordering, I'm doing the teenager thing and pretend that I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, I think Tina smiles. You know, family's always kind of janky. I mean, my Aunt Hel, you'd think that is she my aunt? Is she my niece? Oh,
she's your half sister, right?
Oh,
I mean, she's your father's daughter, so she's your half sister.
I cannot keep these family trees straight. I mean, the myths can diverge, the stories can diverge, but yeah. Oh wow, I'm half sisters with an actual goddess. That's terrifying.
You're a half god. You're actually, I mean, you're the daughter of a god, right?
I wonder if there's any growth potential in that.
What?
And she's like, I wonder if there's any growth potential in that, like an upward trajectory.
I mean, I've read a lot of mythology when I was a kid, and apparently your father isn't just a god; he's also a giant, frost giant. Nobody knows, because apparently, even in the myth, he doesn't tell people what he is. So.
Yeah, and to be honest, he's told me so many stories, and, well, Daddy has conflicting stories. I mean, one of them, I became the most powerful god in the Aesir, but I gave it up because I was too kind. Yeah, Dad, sure. But I mean, it's better than my siblings that I know. Zephyr and Ella they don't think I can do anything. They think that since they have this legacy to uphold, I mean, I've known I've been a demigod longer than they have. Just because they've had powers longer than I have,
They seemed right assholes, actually. When we met them, I mean, they were like, haha, we're the great big hero.
Did they pose? Please tell me they didn't pose.
They totally posed. I told them they should absolutely get a theme song.
Is that why they've been listening to Spotify nonstop? Oh,
sorry. I didn't know you had to deal with that.
It's cool. I'm moving out soon. I'm looking for new roommates.
Oh, wait, you're looking for roommates? I mean, okay, I can't move out. I'm sorry, I can't. No, I wish I could.
It's okay. I've been on my own for a while. I mean, when your mom doesn't really want you and your dad has been off living the life of a trickster god, you learn to take care of yourself.
Yeah, well.
But, I think I'd rather, if this isn't too forward, be helping take care of you sometimes.
I mean, I've got lots of people who want to take care of me. I would like to take care of myself.
Yeah.
Not that I'd mind so much if it was you.
But the thing is, I want to know how you want to be taken care of. I don't want to assume I know best for you. So, here, and she holds out her pinky, we'll always be honest with each other. How about that? I don't think many Bibelots of Loki would offer you that.
Okay, I'll take it.
I think it's like a very romantic-ish pinky promise kind of thing, and that's when we see in the back Molly talking to the guy who served you guys alcohol.
Go ahead. Throw her a pretty guilty glance, and then I think I moved the conversation onto bands or something like that.
Yeah, it moves on to something much more mundane, but much more fun for you both.
Yeah.
And I want to see, I think the page turns and we see Victor out of costume heading to Been There, Done That. And this is, unlike the gloomy variant, this is a very popular place for families, hipsters, families of hipsters, all that good-natured stuff. And I think there is no one waiting for Victor outside, but there is a table saved for him inside.
And he'll kind of walk over to the table, look for Tony, and go, Hey, Tony, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Sit down, Victor. Hey, guys, this is Victor. And Victor, you will notice one thing out of order. Well, it's kind of strange here because you went to the everyone went to the legendary House of Silk, I believe. One of the people sitting down at this table is Junji Mori. You've never seen him in combat, but you've seen him in the legendary House of Silk. But he has no idea. I think it's that moment where Victor looks over. There's that kind of thin bar of eyes, and Junji's just completely ignorant. He's never pierced your mask. He doesn't know what you are. But and he's sitting next to this really handsome African American man. And I think they're everyone's stopped talking. They're saying hello to you. They're getting up to shake your hand if they. I think Junji's not, because he seems kind of out of place in that the foreigner in a different culture kind of thing. But he's respectful. And Tony, as you sit down, Tony's like, "Yeah, Victor and I have just gotten back in touch. It's really cool. I mean, he does figure skating. It's not as balls to the wall as speed skating, but it's much more pretty."
Yeah, I kind of like the the precision. It's cool.
I think Junji smiles, and as his partner speaks for him or speaks up, it's like, and I think it's Junji, Tony, and Dylan. And Dylan is like, Tony was always bragging about you on the speed skating team. What were like? He said you were almost breaking records.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I like kind of letting go every once in a while, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was something I wanted just something to focus on stuff a bit different, for competition and stuff.
Yeah, I mean whatever you want to do is pretty cool, but and Dylan's about to say something, and I think Junji holds up his hand, like places it on Dylan's, and Tony looks sort of embarrassed, like, yeah, these are that's cool, yeah. What do you want to drink? They have so many kinds of tea here and coffee.
Yeah, just a coffee would be great.
And I think you look up, it's not one of those coffee places. It's like, do you want Arabica beans, light roast, dark roast, Ethiopian, fair trade, this size, that size, what added? And Tony looks like, shall I just get you the most basic coffee they have?
If they've got a good Guatemalan, that'd be cool.
I think Tony gets up to go get it, and as he's leaving, Junji finally speaks up. So, what are your plans with Tony?
Oh, I mean, we're just friends, he just wanted to hang out and
friends. You should hear how he talks about you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let him take his time,
I think Junji's like looks back, and like Tony's in line, kind of shifting back and forth. Like, his last relationship wasn't good. You already seem like you'd be better, but I'm the one who was telling him that he shouldn't be with the last guy. So you know what they say about hindsight, and he touches his glasses.
Yeah.
But what do you do? I mean, besides figure skating, what are your objectives?
Oh, I'm doing I'm school, and I've got some other stuff going on at the minute, some like charity stuff, I guess.
Oh, are you working? Sorry about that. Are you working with, and like he'll like lay out like a charity organization? No. Well, about charity organization? No. About like a what kind of? Yeah, I think like by the time it's getting close to him piercing that you're not doing like exact charity work. Tony comes back with the coffee. It's like, guys, stop grilling him. He's a person, not a piece of meat. And yeah, go ahead.
And yeah, no, it's fine, Tony. We were just chatting. It's I've faced worse.
And Tony laughs like, you've not faced worse than these two harpies. They will peck at you to find any little weakness they can and then tell me about it. Won't you, you shady jerks? And they look completely innocent-faced with that, who, me? And is there anything Victor wants to get out of this besides just chat? Like, do you want to maybe pierce anyone's mask? Do you want to push the conversation in a certain way?
I think actually, yeah, I am going to try and get a bead on Junji and try and work out. Well, I think I know what his angle is here in particular, but I do want to kind of. I am suspicious of him. I think is probably the fairest way to put it.
Oh, that makes perfect. I mean, the Dead End Queens have always been on your side.
Exactly. It's like, as far as I can tell, this all seems on the level, and they're just friends, and that's cool. And that is a what is my mundane at the moment? It is a 9 in total.
Good. You get to ask one.
Yes. So. Yeah, I think I will just, because it's where my suspicions lie, I'm just going to ask, what are you really planning?
I think he is really planning to... Oh, no. I think you get that, like, you've seen that look. You've done that kind of look before you go digging into someone's past. He plans to find out about you. He plans to go digging through your history.
Sure thing. That's cool. Yeah, and I think Victor's going to take a sip of his coffee and say, "Oh, yeah, that's good. Thanks, Tony." But yeah, I mean, I wish there was more dirt for them to dig up, but sadly, my life has been mostly blameless up to this point.
And I think Tony chuckles, like, what are you going to do? Be a politician when you grow up?
I mean, hey, I won't rule it out, but that's not something I've got my eye on at the minute.
Yeah. Oh, and I like to imagine, like, as you say that phrase, it's just you and Tony framed in the comic panel with Junji and Dylan shaded in the back. Like, it really, the panel focuses completely on you. Like, all the background characters are just silhouettes. And I think that is a good place to cut to. Is Null and Holo going to be acting together, or is this going to be is Holo going off to check on the? Oh, give me a sec.
I feel like I'm fine just to wait for the team moment. Yeah?
I can barely hear you.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, this is a new mic. I haven't quite worked it out yet.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to just wait for another team moment. To be honest,
I think Holo's probably just gonna hair off on his own and do something stupid.
Yeah, I think Alan is just having a quiet night in with Abuela.
I got cooked for. This is nice.
Yay.
Yeah, so I heard that Alan is having a quiet night in with Abuela.
Yeah, Holo's gonna tear off on his own, do something dumb.
Oh, this is good. I love it when Sydney does something dumb. So what is Holo doing?
I think probably the first thing he does is he goes and sits with a laptop at the Quetzalcoatl place and just does an angry chicken type. I think the keyboard layouts on his place are different, so he's just trying to figure out whatever he can about Solomon Industries. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do my best to pierce the veil on Zachary Solomon.
Ooh, through
yeah. All right, so that is 6. So that goes poorly.
I think I'm going to allow you to ask one.
Okay.
But he knows you're looking at him up.
Mm-hmm. How could I gain influence over you?
Ooh. By making him by making him either appear good or flawed in public, like by basically like changing his image for the better or for the worse will give you influence.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I think a lot of this is just like Holo getting very angry, just typing at this thing. She's like, "I hate this! Damn you, Google! I don't understand you."
Yeah, and then I know the QWERTY keyboard only came around in like the 50s, so it probably is a completely different
Yeah.
setup than what the American Empire is used to.
Yeah. Like definitely, like the whole internet is completely different than what he's used to. But so yeah, I think probably what ticks him off is he tries using like coding and like booleans and shit that are like unique to the American Empire, and they still have like spyware like sensors set up for it.
Yeah, and then I think you're doing this like, and of course that hackerish message like bubble for a messenger you don't have pops up,
Yeah.
and so you ask a lot of questions.
I think honestly, Holo just goes like, "Oh fuck this machine," and just portals
to Zachary Solomon's office.
Yep.
Okay, mark 1 doom.
Yeah, marking a doom.
Yeah, and oh dear.
And I think he's gonna show up, and he's gonna redo his kind of like helmet that he's got on, to have like a very like obvious like glowing red light of like a camera going off.
Ooh.
While he just like jumps into this scene.
Yeah, and that is actually a great time to call for a break so I can think about what Solomon would be doing.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, I will see you all at, say, 5 after the hour.
All right, sounds good.
Damn, I hope I haven't caught your food poisoning.
I hope not as well. I don't wish that on anyone. Well, we are all back, and Holo is dealing with Zachary Solomon. I believe that he is in a Lex Luthorian office, way too big, single desk, big computer on it, lots of trophies and awards around on bookshelves. But yeah, what does Holo do?
Yeah, Holo just kind of like zaps right in and is just like, "Hi, you don't know me, but you can go fuck yourself."
And Zachary, I think, looks up. I don't think he was the one sending you that message, but I think he had arranged for it to be sent.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that's quicker than normal. What are you? Oh, and what have?
What exactly was your exit strategy when you dumped an unkillable, self improving death weapon on a civilian planet and just left it there?
I believe I have no idea what you're talking about. Solomon Industries is here to protect the world, this world at the very least, from heroes and villains like you. We're going to create a world where there is no need for superior people.
Oh yeah, because I'm so fucking superior, and like he just like hits his chest and like the suit goes away, and he's just like in some like fucking like white pajamas, like, "I'm some kid from Carson City. I'm talking to you on on a glorified speaker phone.
Ooh.
You fucked my life."
To be very fair, the American Empire tried to fuck us first.
Yeah, they fucked me too. So you decided to get on the train?
You're a bit young for my tastes, but I suppose if we're talking metaphorically, it is. You're not recording him, are you?
Oh, I super am.
Yeah.
I've got like the blinking red light and like the camcorder. Like now that my helmet's gone, it's just like floating there right next to my head.
It's like, I believe you're angry. You're blaming your problems that your people face upon us.
Yeah, and I just like I generate like a photograph of recording I have of like the Project Deimos papers, and I just hold it out in front of the camera and I like slow scroll it before dropping it on his desk.
Yeah, and he will look at it. There's a lot here that's redacted, and Solomon Industries has so many enemies. Seems like it might be an Optimax project you're looking for.
I want to roll. This is going to go badly, but I think I'm going to roll to provoke him.
Oh, good.
Yep, it did. I got a 4.
Ooh. I think he looks at Holo and grins and ooh. Young man, I get that you're angry. I get that the American Empire does not have as good as an infrastructure as our world, but you don't.
Yeah, you know why it doesn't?
You don't need to
Because
take.
you sent murder cats loose to destroy the transportation systems.
I believe you need to calm down and rethink your strategy. And he is shifting your labels from that failure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say superior down, mundane up.
Oh. Oh Okay.
And you can attempt to reject it, but that will probably also go badly.
I feel like I should, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're being very confrontational with them. So roll a flat 2d6.
Okay. That's a 7.
Okay, you get options.
Okay.
You can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong, shift your own labels, or cancel their influence against you and take +1 forward on them. And adults have to regain influence on you like anyone else does.
Okay. Clear condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong.
And like I said, you could prove them wrong by
Can I roll to stand up for something?
How do you do that?
I took
that
the Doom
bolster?
track. I took the Doom sign that lets me burn my Doom to roll adult moves.
Oh. Yes. I think you can. Are you doing this to mark potential to prove him wrong?
I think so, yeah.
I think that's I think first you need maybe to prove him wrong, you brought up like the holograms of those papers, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you just start removing the redacted lines and he actually like cancels the hologram.
All right, so yeah, I start like using my powers to kind of like reshape it and try to get through the redactions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he'll move things around and shift it, and I think he says like, "You're not the first one to come and try to get me to admit something on public TV, on some kind of recording for some kind of gain."
Do a lot of innocent people have that problem?
Surprisingly, yes. They think they're wrong and they blame their victim status on other people. But yeah, now bolster yourself and stand up for something you believe in.
All right. Jesus. This is a bad day for Holo. That's a 4 + 2, so 6.
And I think at this point he smiles. Well, you've given me plenty of material to work with. Thank you for breaking into my offices, for putting on a show and saying nothing that can be proven. It just helps me with my next project to try and eradicate the need for your kind forever. This is Solomon Industries. We are building a better future.
Civilians. My kind are civilians.
Your kind are not my problem.
I feel like that's the TikTok clip, but
And yeah, I think that's like you're finally going to get like something you can. But I think like that's when you notice there were other cameras in the room filming this all.
mm-hmm.
So it's like it may not be like verbal, but there's at least going to be more evidence, and I think he will. Just I think it's like you're from that team that saved Phoebe T. Buck. Did she put you up to this? Is this an Optimax plan to try and make Solomon Industries look bad?
Who the fuck is Optimax?
Oh, another megacorp in this city.
Are they also sending war machines to uninhabited or into like parallel dimensions to terrorize people that they've never met? Is that what you guys just do for fun? Is it profitable?
I believe our time has come. You may leave. Or I think that's when he like pulls out his like one of those the thing that Professor Henry was working on earlier, but like his is in completely good condition, and I think this is going to be your sanctuary draws dangerous attention as he turns around. It's a signal locator, and you notice he has the coordinates for your sanctuary on his watch. Not that anyone else will notice what that means, but I was like, well, if I have sent something, are you sure you want to test it?
Yeah, I think he'll portal out.
Yeah, and I won't make you doom for this portal out. But I think, yeah, with that last bit, you probably need to take a condition either angry or afraid.
Yeah, I think I'll probably put just angry.
And I think like we see like are you going back to your sanctuary or to the Drama Dome or somewhere else?
Actually, at this point, I think it's probably hopeless.
Ooh, good.
But yeah, no, I think he would probably just like takes his helmet off and goes out and tries to find Jean.
Yeah.
Just kind of says like, you should probably leave.
Ooh. Oh, poor Jean. Yeah, and I think like the page turns and we see Alan, what are you and Abuela talking about right now?
I mean, I honestly think this is just
Whoa, you are really loud now.
Am I really loud now? Okay.
Now you're soft.
Better?
No, now I can't. I can barely hear you.
This better?
Bit higher.
This?
That's good.
Okay, great. Okay. I think we were just literally, it's just a quiet night with Aunt May. You know, like we have that sort of, worry about all these superheroes. Like, what do their poor mothers think? That kind of thing. And it's like, oh, Abuela, like, and chatting about Victor and Tony.
Yeah. I think that like we get is like, oh, that nice young man came by to see your brother. I think that he has a thing for Victor. He's been coming by day after day. I thought, at first it was just my cookies. He might be down on his luck. But I think he really has eyes for your brother. When are you going to bring home a nice girl, Alan?
I mean, when Tony comes for dinner, sure.
Well, if Tony is as interested in Victor as I think, that's probably not going to be too long. You have about a month. Both my grandbabies are going to be dating in a month. That's so beautiful.
Okay, Grandma. Okay.
I'm joking. I worry about you two ever since. And I think she trails off. Like we see a panel of just like your parents walking away.
Yeah. And then, it's just like, oh, we're all fine. We've got you looking after us. And I think it's just the most mundane, quiet superhero scene ever. Like the thought bubble of, no drama.
Yeah, and I think like you get a. I want to get more in depth with your parents though, and I think.
Yeah, I was thinking about why are they. So, where do we think they are, Victor?
I think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think maybe kind of like, maybe like out in a sort of small town somewhere, or like not because I want them to be a bit further away than just like out in the suburbs sort of thing. So maybe just like
I mean, we are in Gauntlet City. They could be very, very far away indeed. like interdimensional or something. You know, like
they went to the American Empire for spring break, never came back.
They're a space station technician. They're, you know, like part of the Atlantis project, or we could throw literally anything out there.
Yeah, no, but I think because they're kind of against the whole superhero thing, it would kind of be weird if they were doing something like
yeah
exceptional. I think so. Yeah, I think just like
Peter Parker's parents aren't in the CIA in this case. Okay,
exactly.
Yes.
They're in Colorado growing their hemp farm.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I was thinking maybe they're like career driven, and this is where they grew up, and they wanted to move away for work, and they're like maybe they're even like I don't know, part of like a Democrat campaign or something. You know what I mean? Or like like somebody in Washington, maybe.
Maybe maybe they are like on like this sort of like Zachary Solomon, but softer. Like a heroes need to take more.
Ooh, yeah.
Like more concern for like their ability. You know, stop punching through buildings. Stop doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I like that.
I think.
Not quite like pro mutant registration, but also probably not far off.
Yes,
it's kind of like like mutants shouldn't be registered, but they should clean up after themselves.
But they should take out insurance.
Yeah, I think like this started because one of your parents was an insurance agent, and it's like, oh yeah, hero insurance went up like 300% the last decade.
Yes, yeah. I'm like, well, like mum and dad, they just couldn't. They have their work to do. We're fine here. We're good.
Are you though? I mean, I'm doing the best I can, but
yeah.
Look how which is Abuela your mother's or your father's mother?
David?
I have no preference.
I would say father's mother.
Yeah, I think this is like the first time you see like she does the single emotional tear. What if you end up like him and leave too?
Why would I ever leave Gauntlet? It's the best place on Earth.
I thought we would all be living in a better place here. I've got my rent-controlled apartment. It's good for now, but you
Grandma.
and Victor are going to have lives of your own. You're going to have to move on, and I'm not going to be here forever. I want you guys to have the best life that I can see before I move on.
Well, no time soon, right? And I think like Alan's very definitely going to try and like, go get a cup of tea or like give her a hug or turn on the TV and kind of like, Yeah,
she's like, yeah. I'm not like Sandy in the Bridge Club, and I don't use the cart to the supermarket yet, or the electronic ones.
Yes, yeah. And we've got to put on a telenovela of some kind, surely.
Oh god! You start watching your favorite telenovela, and of course,
Passion de Passion, or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, the passions of the heightened passions. Yeah, and you get some good TV, and she goes to bed, and I think that's when like everyone's night is winding down, and.
I would like to have one moment if I can. I like after kind of the thing at the coffee shop has broken up. I'd actually like to try and catch up with Junji.
Ooh, yeah, and I think are you going to catch up with him while he's with Dylan, or
no? I'll probably like this probably will be literally stalking him, but no, I want to wait till he's on his own.
Yeah, I think he's going towards that neighborhood in Bellevue, and he kisses Dylan, sends him on his way, and is again wearing like he seems very secure for someone with his build and his nerdiness in this neighborhood at night.
Yeah. And yeah, when when Dylan sort of headed off, then at that point I will sort of catch up with him. I've probably kind of got the hood pulled up at the minute, but I'll just say, "Hey, Junji, a word."
And I think he like jumps and expresses surprise in Japanese, turns around and is again speaking in Japanese for a while until he realizes that, oh yeah, not the language here, and switches to English. You scared me. What?
Look, I appreciate that you, I don't know, care for Tony and that, and you're looking out for him, and that's great. I respect that. And I've got, I like Tony, and I won't do anything to hurt him, but just what I get up to is what I get up to, okay? And I don't need you or anyone else poking into that.
He raises an eyebrow. So, I think I get it now, Victor. You're an amateur PI. No wonder you were able to stalk me like this. Yeah. And what does Victor say?
Say, look, I've got no problem with you, and I swear to you that I won't do anything to hurt Tony. But I can't have you poking around in my life, like I said.
Sounds like you're provoking him.
Sure thing. That's an 8.
Okay, let me check. Yeah, I think he's... Yeah, I think he's going to do what you want. It's just... Look, I'm not from here, as you can probably tell. We do things different where I'm from. If someone you care about's gonna do something that you think is maybe kind of sort of stupid, you look out for them. But you seem nice. You seem like you're a good fellow, and honestly, wasting money digging into the dirt of someone who doesn't do anything is a waste and boring. So why don't we just meet up one day and we can talk? Get this out in the air, see if everything's okay?
Sure. That sounds great. And also, yeah, sorry for the whole stalking thing. That really isn't something I normally do.
I would hope not. I mean, Tony was busted up when you left the speed skating team. If you left the speed skating team just to stalk people, that'd be creepy and fucked up.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think he's looking around. He's like, well, if you hadn't just had coffee, I'd probably offer you to come back and get some, but I've got to get on my way.
That's fine, and thanks. Sorry for the whole thing, but I'm sorry. My life's just kind of in a
kind of in what?
You know how it is.
I know how it is.
Cool. Well, yeah. I'll give my number. So yeah, if you want to meet up for that chat sometime, just drop me a line.
Yeah, and I think like he'll nod and walk off. But as he's walking off, this thick unnatural fog rolls in and covers his escape. Yeah, so I think I think everyone is going to get. Well, actually, I think this is a good time for time to pass. Let things go on. So I think 3 people have a when time passes move. So we will start in order. Null. When time passes, roll your obligations.
Sure.
That is plus mundane for you.
So that is an 11.
Okay, you will get an opportunity from one of your obligations, which is hopefully not a DVD season of Passions de la Passions.
Yeah. So I feel like the internships probably. Do I get to choose or?
I don't know. I think it's fine if you get to choose because it shows me the direction you want this to go.
Yeah. I mean, I think the internship still seems the obvious one. The home scenes, I can't think of an opportunity for that, and the schoolwork we haven't really done yet. So I'd rather just stick with the internship. Feels like the most lucrative thing.
And so next, Void. Roll your obligations.
That is a 14, I believe. So yeah.
Oh damn!
It's somewhat of a waste of a double 6, but there you go.
Okay, so you will get something good happening to you, and now we have our legacy. You have questions to ask, I believe.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I would say it doesn't seem like yours would trigger. Is that fine with you?
No, I think, yeah, it doesn't trigger because I have nobody saw me doing anything. So
Yeah, you were dating on the sly. I think it's like and Holo, just what will you have been doing during this time off? I think it's going to be at least like 3 days or something. Do you guys think that's a good amount of time? You are muted, Sydney.
I'm not. I don't know. I think Holo wouldn't really know what to do with himself.
Do you want to upload that TikTok of civilians, my kind of civilians? Your kind are not my concern.
Oh yeah, he definitely does that.
Ooh. So yeah, I think I know what's going to happen next. As I think there is a Ket's call sent out for everyone, and this is, I think, like, you know how there are the emergency signals broadcast kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those, and I think it's I mean, we saved Phoebe before. She owes us, and Optimax was brought in. I mean, we've already saved kind of Aeon once. But I think there is a let's see, do we want to, because there should be some kind of, I guess I'll ask you guys, do you want to have more like team building kind of thing, more like a team downtime scenes, or to start a combat we may not I doubt we'd see finished because there's only like 25 minutes left.
I wouldn't mind dramatic cliffhanger, but
okay.
That was a pro fight.
Yeah.
So I think I know what it is. Like there's this Ket's Call app of you know, something big is going down at Optimax. You know, and I think it's something is going down at Optimax. There is Quetzalcoatl sends you like these drone screenshots of just different people doing rather villainous things, but I think there are just the just I don't think we've like this is like the introduction of like a new villains roster. I'm not gonna I may pick and choose once we know them more, except for one person that Sonny will recognize. And I think this is someone who goes by the name Euripides. It is a large, oversized person who works for the demagogue, or at least did work for the demagogue. And he's one of those people that he's not. I don't want to bring eugenics in, but he has that idea. You know, a strong mind and a weak body is only half alive. So he is super strong, super smart. And I think he's like it's like that Bane scene in the final Dark Knight trilogy where Euripides is outside Optimax with, I think, just like a lot of Morlock type people. And it's like, Optimax says that we should be servicing them, that our powers will help build a greater future. And then he, like, points to one, like, what did they do to you? Short sob story. Points. What did they do to you? Short sob story. But it's like, it's definitely, I think Sonny especially sees that this is like the demagogue's kind of MO. Get a crowd up there, whip them up into a frenzy, release crowd on your enemy. And I think like the panel turns and it's where do we see Artemis and the Nobodies scouting out the philosophical discussion going on. I think like this is outside Optimax. There are several tall buildings. We can be on a rooftop. We can be in the Ket's car, which is probably a very flamboyant Hummer limo. Let's be honest. But I think well, yeah. If you guys have any ideas of where you are positioned at this moment while this scene is going on.
I think Holo's probably like up on a roof.
The rooftops seem the classic superhero place to be, keeping an eye on things.
Yeah. I think as Euripides is doing his speech, he has a megaphone, but his voice is a theater voice. It carries anyway. Mm-hmm. I think you can hear like the echoes of it even up on the top of this building. And yeah.
So go shoot the megaphone.
Yeah, I think there's like a brief moment where Holo kind of like turns to Sonny. He's like, I kind of hate this. Like, do we really have to go save the corporation from the test subjects?
Well, I guess we should stop this guy and then talk to the corporation about test subjects.
I mean, they're not really doing anything. They're just there.
No. I think what he's doing, he's trying to whip up the crowd into a frenzy and then sacrifice them like cannon fodder. There was this dude my mother fought, and he did the same thing. And my grandmother.
I don't know. Like, if we jump down there and we just start breaking things, then aren't we going to be the bad guys?
I mean, right now it's just talking. We could go do talking.
Sure, let's go do talking, but first, let's take away the megaphone. I don't like megaphones. Also, I want to shoot something.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I think like the final scene, like the final page is like this one-page spread, or like it was like the little panels like dotting it to the side, and Artemis is drawing back their bow. The arrow flies down, shoots the megaphone down to the ground. And then Euripides is looking up, and Artemis is standing at the front of the team, probably in Does anyone have one last witty quip before we end out this issue?
Yeah, I have one actually. And I'll tell him, historically, Euripides won only one athletic victory, so I don't know why you name yourself after him.
Oh, I wish this game had to shut someone down. Yeah, and so yeah, I think next great issue as like this trade ends, and yeah, so we're going to leave it here. See what this crowd is up to next time. Since next week will be the start of Q2, I will try to have love letters up either next week or maybe the session after that. I'll see how I'm feeling because of what's been going on. Yeah, this has been a good session to me. I will stop recording now and we can do debrief.